What does the guy have to say or do if he approaches you to not be turned down? There are no guarantees, but there are a few things that you can do to minimize your chances of rejection. Number one, just be a good, genuine human being. Don't insult the woman trying to knock her down a peg. Don't be overly complimentary where you keep telling her how pretty she is, or what an angel she is, or how amazing she is when you don't even know her. Don't go too far to either extreme. Be kind, be compassionate, be understanding, be interested, but not attached to the outcome. You don't have to have the perfect looks because people are attracted to all different types, and you may not know what that person's physical preferences are, if they have them, or if they just look for a deeper connection with another human being. I'm assuming this is in situations where you don't really know the woman, so there are going to be a lot of unknown variables in this case. Number two, look for signs of mutual attraction. If this isn't someone that you already know from work or through mutual friends, something like that, if this is a woman that you see at a bar, or you see her at the grocery store, or you happen to be in the same fitness class, look for signs of mutual attraction before you approach her. If you smile at her, does she smile back? Does she make eye contact with you? When she does make eye contact, is any of that eye contact a little bit flirtatious? Women don't typically do those things or to mislead them. Is it possible that she's just being friendly? If you don't know the difference, then yes, it's possible. But if she's friendly, she's probably not going to try and make a fool out of you anyway, so don't worry about it. If you have the opportunity to converse, does this person seem interested in what you have to say? When we're attracted to someone, we like to listen to the sound of their voice. We like to just look at them. We like to hear what their interests are, their hopes, their emotions. If they're going through a hard time, even, we'll take an interest if we're attracted and interested in that person. So those are some things you can look for. Another thing that you can look for is nervousness. However, you do want to know the difference between nervousness that is just they're afraid or they're freaked out versus nervousness because they are attracted to you. Adrenaline pumps through the body in both of those situations. So they can look similar, and it may be a little bit confusing until you've gone through the ringer a few times and learned to figure it out. But generally speaking, if it's adrenaline because they are attracted to you, there will be some other signs of attraction, like the smiling, like the eye contact. They might even say or do something that's kind of flirtatious. That running hot and cold thing, that could just be the adrenaline, or it could be that they're confused about their feelings about you. Both are indicators that they're interested. If their body language tenses up and closes up, that's more of a fear response. Are they consistently looking afraid, tense, tight, angry, something like that around you? Or is it kind of off and on? Those are the kinds of things I would look at, because if it's consistent, they're consistently acting afraid of you, trying to get away from you, that's just fear. They're creeped out, they don't know you, or they're just not in a place emotionally where they can open to you. But if you're getting the hot and cold thing, it may just be an adrenaline attraction response. Number three, Be prepared for rejection and be okay with it. One of the most attractive things that a man can do is to just be okay with a woman saying no, to respect a woman's boundaries. This is why women are feeling so much anger right now, is because they've had so many experiences where men just ignored their boundaries, or they insulted them after feeling rejected. Whether they were actually rejected or not rejected is a whole other conversation. Sometimes we think that we've been rejected and it was just a misunderstanding. So, how do you handle rejection will say a lot about the potential that you could have with this woman as a partner. Decide beforehand how you're going to handle it if you do get rejected. You could just say, okay, I had to try. You were too pretty not to try. It was worth a shot. Don't go into big long monologue. Don't apologize for asking a woman out. You don't need to feel bad about asking somebody out. You just need to be okay with being rejected. Just respect her boundaries. Make it little, not a big, big thing, just little. It's just that first introductory, are we going to get to know each other? That's all it is. The truth is, sometimes a person can be interested in you, but they may not be available to pursue it. They could be in a relationship. They may have just gotten out of a relationship and they need time to emotionally recover before they're able to open to another person, even if they are interested in you. It could be that they have a lot going on in their life and they're busy and they're overwhelmed. Or it could be that their life isn't quite where they want it to be and they're nervous about letting somebody into their life when it's not all together. There are so many reasons that a person either may be anxious about letting you into their life or may not be available even though they are interested. But if you handle the rejection well, and if they are interested, they will be impressed and they may become available later on. No guarantees, but it will significantly improve your chances of success with this person that you're interested in. Just to summarize, number 3 is be prepared for rejection and know how you want to handle it before you ask someone out. So number 4 now is when you do ask them out, keep it simple. Keep it very simple. Be very direct. One of the worst things that you can do when asking a woman out is be unclear about what your intentions are with her. Don't pretend to be her friend when you're actually interested in being more than her friend. That's confusing and misleading. Don't beat around the bush and force her to come out and say, what the heck are you trying to say to me? Like, I don't know what you want. What the heck is going on here? Don't do that. That's creates all kinds of weird feelings in the situation. If you're direct, then there's no guessing, there's no wasting anybody's time or energy, there's no misunderstanding. The beautiful thing about this is that when you are direct, it's very clear whether that person is interested in you or not. When you're indirect, even if they are interested in you, they may not realize that that's what you're getting at. And so they may send the wrong signals for all kinds of reasons. The best thing that you can do to improve your chances is to be very direct. Keep it very simple. Examples. I'd love to grab coffee sometime. Would you be interested? I would really like to take you out for dinner. Are you free on Friday night? I'd love to get to know you. Would it be okay for me to ask for your phone number? Literally like 2 sentences. Very simple, very direct, 2 sentences, no pressure. Just, here's my intentions with you, and I'd like to know if you're interested, if that's okay. That's it. Then it's in her hands. And number 5 is you don't have to do this, but if you offer to do something for a woman that you're interested in, and I mean this in combination with being very direct about what your intentions are. But so many women are used to men who want something from them, whether that's they want pictures of her and they might not even know her, but they're asking for photos, or they jump into, sexual conversation when they don't even really know this person. There's no commitment, they haven't even gone on a date yet. Women generally, few out there that like it, but most quality women that you would be interested in having a relationship with don't like that. They don't like it. I can't tell you how many conversations I have with women and they're disgusted and annoyed. It makes them feel gross and dirty and it's superficial. Women want connection. We're more emotional. We're emotional by nature. And I mean that in a good way, not in a bad way. It's just women typically feel attraction. Obviously, this is not going to be a hard and fast rule for every single woman, but for many women, attraction comes through something more substantial than just looks. It's the way you carry yourself, the way that you think, or your confidence, or the way your face lights up when you smile or get excited, or how smart you are, or your shared interest in comic books, whatever it is, or something deeper to connect with. So if you can offer some sort of genuine connection or a way to genuinely connect with a woman, if you're not just looking to get something from her, but are offering something to her that is of interest to her, that's a good way to increase your chances of success with her. It is, however, very important that you not do that as a form of manipulation, because if you're doing it just to manipulate her, she will sense it more than likely. She'll pick up the undertones consciously or unconsciously, and it'll turn her off and it'll make her feel weird, like even though you're offering something, you have an ulterior motive. And because you're not being clear and open and direct, it makes her doubt and question, what is this person up to? What do they really want? If you can just be very genuine, open, and giving, you're going to increase your chances of success. So we talked about, offering to take her to dinner, or offering to buy her a cup of coffee, or offering to take her to that movie that you guys have both been wanting to see, knowing that she doesn't owe you anything in return. Because once you make it into owing, then it's a manipulation, then it's a control, and you reduce your chances of success. That being said, once you get into a relationship with someone, there is a give and a take. So it's not about, as a guy, feeling like you have to just give all the time and never get anything in return. That's not what I'm saying. But when it comes to just asking a woman out, make sure that you're giving purely out of the generosity of your heart with no expectations, that you're okay with being rejected. You keep it simple, you keep it direct, And that you're reading the signs, you're looking for signs of mutual attraction. You know that you're not going to feel 100% confident that she'll say yes, because you never know what might be going on behind the scenes, and that's okay. But you can handle that. You can handle it. Just be genuinely interested in her. I have so much respect for men who do have the courage to ask a woman out in a kind and considerate way. I have so much respect for men that respect women's boundaries and that don't expect something just because they've put themselves out there on the line. That's an amazing quality to find in any partner. So if you can do these things, you're going to set yourself just so far ahead. When you meet the right woman, she will realize what a catch you are. And she'll be glad to have found you, to have crossed paths with you. And if she's not, then maybe she just wasn't the right fit. It's not about you. It's just two people that fit together and it works. Not perfect, but it works. It's nice to see men that are willing to ask women out. You're gonna, and she's, you can do it. Good luck. I'm rooting for you. If a woman is pissed at you just because you had the audacity to ask her on a date, as long as you're respecting her boundaries, it's perfectly okay to ask a woman out on a date. Even if you don't know her, it's perfectly okay. A rant and a half. Let's just keep things in perspective here.